Hey everyone, welcome back. It is the afternoon of April 13th, and we've got Super Typhoon SINLAKU currently sitting just east of the Mariana Islands here at 145 knots with a pressure of 906 millibars. So 165 miles per hour, incredibly low pressure. One of the most intense typhoons that we've ever seen in this part of the world in the month of April. Now, if we take a closer look at SINLAKU, you can see here, I'll stop it right at the beginning. You can see it towards the beginning, a couple hours ago, had that nice deep convection wrapping around, nice cold cloud tops. You can see the Mariana Islands right here. But if we advance this a little further, you can see kind of that center starts degrading a little bit. Look at that eye kind of becoming a little bit less round, you see, with more features in it. Especially right here, I'll even put this, got the warming cloud tops as well. A little bit of a moat forming too right here. These are all indications of an eye wall replacement cycle, which Guam's radar right now does signify could be happening, could not be happening. I don't know, but I think regardless, we're looking at a devastating Category 3 at least, likely 4, could be 5 landfall here in the coming hours. So we're over on Google Maps. This is a nice little visualization of kind of the islands that are going to get hit here. So here's Guam down here. Not really looking at Guam as an impact. We'll say the typhoon's about right here. And so as this typhoon kind of makes its way over here, you see right here, Tinian right here. I believe that's Saipan north of Tinian. These islands here are the ones that are likely going to get the devastating impact, regardless of whether it does undergo that eye wall replacement cycle. Outer eye wall chokes the inner one. System becomes a little more broad, but those impacts just get spread out over a larger area. Or what could happen is the structure just doesn't even change. Here, let's go back to tidbits here. Yeah, look at this. The structure could just not even change. It could just remain a Category 5 until landfall. Regardless of what it does, this is going to be a very devastating impact, a huge threat to infrastructure, life, and especially property. Now, believe it or not, these islands are actually no stranger to strong tropical cyclones. They've been hit numerous times. 3 Category 5s since just 1945 have come within the vicinity of the islands. You can see we got Guam here, we got Rota, Tinian, and then Saipan up in the northern areas. So I made this graphic. This is just accounting for all of the Category 4 and 5 super typhoons that have come within the area. And look at this. We got our most recent and our most devastating was U2 back in 2018. Look at that picture right there. Tinian was right in the center of that typhoon, right in the eye as it made landfall with winds of, I believe, 150 knots. So 175 miles per hour, catastrophic to the island's infrastructures. And then down here, we actually had a Category 5 also landfall in Guam. Karen in 1962 also landfalled with winds of 175, and it completely decimated some of the infrastructure that was on Guam. So this area of the world, certainly no stranger to strong tropical cyclones. I don't know if we're going to be adding, hopefully we're not adding SINLAKU here as a strong typhoon, but I tell you what, landfall tonight, I think it's pretty certain that it's going to be at least a Category 4 or 5, unfortunately, for some of these islands. So where's SINLAKU going to go? We know it's going to impact a lot of these islands. Saipan, Tinian, Guam might even get the outer reaches as well of the hurricane force winds. But after that, where's this typhoon going to move? Well, it's actually some good news here. It's going to recurve right after hitting the Mariana Islands and should go out to sea. But there's a huge but here. But see how it recurves early? It recurves pretty much right after it strikes the islands. So if we go over to Google Maps, this island archipelago curves upward, exactly where this is going to curve up. So it's not going to be a one and done for these islands, unfortunately. For everybody else, Japan, Philippines, this is not a threat to you at all. Taiwan, totally fine. I mean, this is passing more than 1,000 miles off the coastline. It is a lot of these islands here that are going to get it. And so the entire Mariana archipelago, you can see right here, they're all going to get into it as it recurves up, and it's not going to weaken that much. It's still going to be a major hurricane projected once it gets up towards the northern reaches. So here's a product I really like. You might have heard a lot about AI over the last, probably over the last 1, maybe 2 hurricane seasons, but Google DeepMind has actually been a product that Google has released to forecast tropical cyclones. And before, we get discouraged about AI and everything, I know there's their own problems and all. Google's AI, DeepMind, has been really, really good. I mean, it has been a very, very useful tool. And I'm really excited to see how it does this Atlantic hurricane season because this has been a game changer. I believe there was a presentation at the hurricane conference down in South Texas where somebody said these AI models have forwarded our progress by about 10 years in hurricane forecasting. So, really unbelievable. So here we are on Google's DeepMind website, their weather lab. And so Google DeepMind has a lot of weather models. So you can kind of click through and see where the majority are thinking. This solid line right here is the mean track. You can kind of see how it's going to recurve eventually. But as I was saying before, kind of on Google Maps, look at all these islands kind of in the way of where most of these models want to take SINLAKU. So after the landfall here, or at least close approach to Tinian, and I mean, look at this too. I mean, here's even this as well. A lot of the AI models have just a complete miss, right? For Tinian and Saipan. I mean, a complete miss, relatively speaking, to the center, the eye of the hurricane. But overall, a lot of these models do favor a track away from it. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know. Let's check out maybe some other models. How about their weather next gen model? Look at that. Has a landfall on Saipan. So we're still kind of in that cone of uncertainty. We can actually put that cone up right now. Look at that. See? Still has that northern reach of the AI solution that we saw just last time. And it's also got Tinian and some of these southern islands too still in it. We can click through though and kind of see what's going on here. That model takes it north of the islands. You can see there's a bigger spread. This is probably more realistic of what we can expect here. Just a pretty big spread between the AI models and the Euro and the GFS, all the traditional models as well. Back to the experimental Google model. And this one has done pretty well this hurricane season, or the last couple hurricane seasons. Really anybody's call, right? From up on these northern islands to as far south as Tinian. And you get a couple models too, even bringing it close to Rota. So you saw Google AI's product there and all those advanced models. You can see the Typhoon Warning Center still has it going over Tinian, maybe over, this is a new product relative to what I saw just an hour or two ago. Looks like they issued a new one. The new track for them looks like it does go just north of Tinian, but you know what? Focusing on just the track line is never a good idea. These impacts, you can see kind of these radial circles here. These impacts are going to go even well beyond Guam, you know? So it's going to be a devastating typhoon, I think, for them. And thankfully, they've been through this before, so they know kind of how to prepare, but it is certainly going to be a catastrophic event for them. So that does it for this update on Super Typhoon SINLAKU. If anything else additional happens, I might make another video on it, especially as it approaches landfall and does that little recurve to the north. I mean, you can see just what a monster. One of the most intense April typhoons that we've, I think, ever seen here in the Pacific Basin. Just incredible. I do expect this to slightly weaken upon landfall, but if I had to guess, strong Category 4, maybe potentially in the low end of Category 5. And I actually think it's going to come ashore, probably Saipan, maybe a little north. I think those AI models really do a good job at honing in the short term, but again, those impacts are going to range from Guam up north. I appreciate you watching this update. If you want to follow me for more updates later on, the Northern Hemisphere, their hurricane seasons are coming up. As you can see with SINLAKU, this is a very, very good sign of what's to come with this upcoming supercharged El Nino pattern. So follow me on my different platforms for more updates.